know where I'm going to start, so I guess I'll just start with this thing that I've been waving around. Hey guys, it's me. I'm back! I wanted to apologize for my what feels like ridiculous absence. My ridiculous absence from YouTube. It's been several months, and I started this channel thinking I would have more time. But the reality is, school got a hold of me, and then winter break was there, and then there was a lot of travel, and then the spring semester started, and I'm taking 18 credit hours right now, and this is honestly the first time I've had a chance to film, and I didn't think I was going to be doing this today, so I'm not dressed, the room's not great, and I apologize if it's really echoey. But anyway, I don't know what I'm going to call this yet, but it's sort of a cumulative haul going back, like late November? Yeah, I don't have that kind of money to spend on this all at once, and some of this was purchased with a gift card. So yeah, let's get started. This is a brush by Ecotools. Has some stuff sticking out. Anyway, this is called their Custom Coverage Buffing Brush by Ecotools, cruelty-free. It's so soft, and I don't know, I keep seeing different things on how this is advertised. Some people use it for foundation. I thought it was, the back of it says it's used for bronzer, which is how I've been using it. I just carve out my cheekbones with it, and I think it works really well. I just get product on half of it, and it's just, I don't know if you can, it's dense but not intensely dense, and it's just so soft. But it picks up product really well. And I don't know, if you wear blush, you could probably use blush and just drag it out. It works really well. I like it. I don't remember how much it was. So yeah, there's that. The next one is also another Ecotools brush, and it's one I've had my eye on for a while. It's called the Sheer Finish Kabuki brush, and it reminds me of those brushes for old school shaving cream where that you put the soap on, just lather it on your face. This one also is so soft, and it's just so incredible. But it's a lot more sheer than I thought it was going to be. My idea was to use it as a finishing kabuki brush, like most people do, I feel. But I put it into my pressed powder, and it's hard to get color on it. I mean, it's not their fault. I knew it was going to be sheer. It's just a lot more sheer than I thought. But what I really do is I put my pressed powder on with the sponge it comes with, and then I just brush off the excess with this. And also, it advertises, as well as the other brush, for bronzer. I haven't used it like that yet, but maybe I'll try. I think this one's about $8. The next item is an item I've been wanting for a really long time, maybe several years, and it's this bronzer by Pixi by Petra. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Subtly Untouched Beauty Bronzer, and this retails for about $18, I think, which is why I've been holding off on it, because of the price point. And it comes with this little tiny, like, bronzing kabuki brush, which is just incredibly soft, but very flimsy. And like I said before, how I use my bronzers, I use that buffing brush, but this is just perfect. And how I got turned on to this actually came in an Ipsy glam bag years ago. Look how, like, this was the size. And I used it to death. I don't know if you can see, but there's actually product rolling around because I've dropped it many times. But what prompted me to get this before I was finished was that the steam from my shower, because I kept it in my bathroom for so many years, it was to the point where I just couldn't open it. I couldn't get it to open at all. And of course, like, right after I buy the full-size version, I can open it. But I love it. Like, I think it's definitely worth the $18. It's just, of course, finding the time you could spend the $18. But luckily I had a Target gift card I received a Target gift card for Christmas, so I got this and another Pixi product. And I like it. Pixi has been in Ipsy glam bags before, so if you have tried this before, let me know. They have another bronzer, and I don't remember what it's called, but it's darker than this one. But this is just like the perfect contour shade for me. It just works really well. The next thing is also by Pixi, and I got it at Target at the same time I got the bronzer with my Target gift card. and I couldn't decide what I wanted to buy from Pixi. They had a ton of stuff that I was interested in. They have a ton of face stuff that I was really interested in, but for something that's sold at Target, it's kind of expensive, and I eventually landed on this. It's called the Pixi Skin Treats Rose Oil Blend with Rose and Pomegranate Oils. And it says, a powerful youth preservative, this Luxe Oil Blend is a rich source of botanical extracts and vitamin E, helping to protect, nourish, and strengthen. Skin is rejuvenated and elasticity is improved, resulting in healthy, plump, and luminous skin for all skin types. Use AM and PM daily, massage a few drops. Skin-loving ingredients, rose oil, pomegranate oil, rose geranium oil. So this is what it looks like. It has a little dropper. When you pull it out of the package, it's this. It comes with this top, but then you have to take that off, you unscrew that, and then you take this plastic thing off, and then put the eyedropper in, the dropper, which to me is just kind of, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of unnecessary. But anyway, this itself, God, if I didn't have the gift card, I would not buy this for myself. It's $24, but I'm loving it. So I have acne-prone skin, on the lucky end of acne-prone skin. I've never had cystic acne, and I'm so thankful for that. And this all really started happening once I started college. But in the past year, I've been using a full-on acne system, and of course, if you have acne, you know that really dries out your skin. And even if I would layer on moisturizer, my skin was just never really soft. It was just dry. But after this, I put it on at night, and I have pretty sensitive skin too, so I was kind of worried about putting oil on my face. But it's first of all, it smells incredible. You put 2 to 3 drops on your hand, morning or night. So you put it on your skin after you do your full night routine in place, you put this on right when you're putting on your moisturizer. And you rub it in, and I don't know how to describe it. I was just so nervous to try it because it's oil, like the maracuja oil, which is like fan fave across everyone. People put it on their face, they mix it in with everything. Even when I put the maracuja oil on my face, I can't go more than 2 nights. I didn't break out. It didn't feel right on my skin. I use it in my hair mostly, but this, I've had fewer breakouts since using this because it locks in the moisture to my skin. And when I wake up in the morning, my skin just feels so soft. If I didn't have the gift card, I wouldn't have bought this, but I really am glad that I did, and I'll eventually buy it again. I just can't rave enough about this. If you can afford it, if you've never tried it, if you've tried it, let me know. Just work it in somehow. It's incredible. So, the next 2 things I bought at separate times, but they're the same product. They are the NYX Wonder Pencil, and they're in 2 different shades. So you can use this as like a highlighting pencil down your nose, across your cheek. You can use it as a liner for your lips on the outside to create that highlight, or you can use it in your waterline. And I originally bought it in WP02, their medium color. And with the foundation I'm using right now, which is a little bit darker for when I'm tanner, it works really great. But if I'm not wearing foundation, it just doesn't work as a highlighter. You can see it. It's just too dark. I don't know. But with this foundation, it works great. So I bought that in December, and I went back a couple weeks ago to buy it in light for when I'm not wearing foundation. When you look at the actual tips, they're not that different. This one has lipstick on it. But they're not that different, but it's just the tiny difference in shade for me for when I'm not wearing foundation to when I am. That makes a difference, because sometimes I'll wear lipstick and I won't be wearing foundation because I'm having a really good skin day. So I really like this. I predominantly use it to outline outside my lips because my lips are not even. This side on the bottom is a little bit plumper. This one goes more like a line. Who knows? So yeah, these were like $4 and I really like them. The next thing I also got in December, and I can't live without it now. It's the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and it's just like the Brow Wiz. It has a spoolie on one end and a pencil on another, and this color is ash brown. I don't know, so I have a really hard time with brows. My brows are 2 different shapes. I have a big ol' scar in this one. And then this one, I'm not sure if you can see it right now. Like anyone who had, most people who had tweezers in 8th grade, I overplucked both of my eyebrows. I'm trying to grow them back for a year and a half. And this one, the areas that were plucked the most, just like when you wax your legs, hair has a hard time growing back. It's just the parts where the hair have grown back in the past year and a half are a lot more sparse, but everything else is super thick. So I have a really hard time getting my eyebrows to look remotely similar, and it's just really hard. But this makes it easier, and this one is like $9.99. But it does wonders, and it's just, I don't know. Spoolies for me, like you can get those like disposable mascara spoolies, and some people use those for their eyebrows, but for my eyebrows it just spread out the hair too much. It couldn't get a good shape, so I had been using a comb. And this is the first spoolie to actually work decently with my eyebrows. So yeah, that's that. Definitely gonna be buying that again. Okay, so next I'm gonna talk about a repurchase, and this is kind of like a throwback for me. It's the L'Oreal True Match Powder Foundation, and when I bought my first ever foundation, it was a L'Oreal True Match Foundation, and I bought the liquid plus a powder. And I still have them, it's hilarious. One's, I think the powder I bought was like a W2, warm 2. And the liquid foundation I bought was their lightest cool tone shade. I think it's called like polyester or something, but it's just so white. But then I would cover it in this like darker, warmer powder, and it would just somehow balance out. It's hilarious. So I went back. This one's nude beige, so warm 3. And if you haven't seen them before, it's just one side, it's the powder, pressed powder. Then on the other side, it's a mirror plus this little sponge. And I really like this. Since my skin's been clearing up, I'm more likely to use just this powder than a liquid foundation. So yay for that. And I really like this. It's just so smooth, just blends in to your skin incredibly well. So yeah, there's that. Another thing I bought in December is this. It's the NYX Eyebrow Shaper, and it's just like a little crayon of wax. And what I normally do is shape my brow with the spoolie, color it in, and then shape it out. Now that it's a little bit more dull, it's harder to shape, but sometimes gel, like the spoolie on the gel, just spreads out my eyebrow hairs and unshapes it. So I mix it up. I really like this, but the sharpener I had would not fit this crayon size, so I had to go and buy another one. And so I bought this Ulta one for like $2. I don't know, but it works so well. It just, for the crayon size, I haven't used it for the smaller size yet, because you could get one for pencil size anywhere. But it just, you put it in, and it doesn't take out a lot of product when it sharpens. It does really thin slices, but it works really well. So, little tiny random thing there. The next 2 items definitely further my obsession. I bought these, I don't know, like November. They were a holiday release, limited edition, although one of them has come back. They are Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipsticks in Androgyny and Ho Ho Ho. God, I have like 12 of his shades, and they're just incredible on the lips. If you haven't tried liquid to matte lipsticks yet, definitely do. There are, of course, a huge variety of formulas and price points. These are higher up there. They retail at $18 per. But they are thin, they last forever. If you've watched my comparison between the Kat Von D and the Jeffree Star ones, you know I prefer the Jeffree Star ones because I like to eat a lot. Of course, like if you're eating something oily, they're gonna start coming off, but it doesn't, the color doesn't go completely off. It's no longer, like when you kiss your hand and you don't see it. Once you start eating oily foods, it'll start to rub off, but your lips will still be the same color. I guess that's a good way to say it. But I'll just do a little swatcheroo for you guys. Ah, so pretty. Ah, I got it all over. So that's Androgyny, wet, and this is Ho Ho Ho, and for those of you who don't know, Ho Ho Ho, so these were both limited edition. Androgyny came back. It's no longer in the white cap though, but it's a permanent part of the line. Ho 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 was limited, is gone forever, and it has pink and purple and red micro glitter in it. And he will be coming later in March. I don't know when this is going to go up, but in March he's going to be coming out with another similar shade, and it's called, oh, what's it called? It's called Rich Blood, and it's going to be apparently a little bit lighter than this. This is similar to Unicorn Blood in tone, but Rich Blood is going to be closer to Red Rum. It's not going to be the same shade. It's going to be a different red, but it's going to be another one with micro glitter. I don't know if you can see the micro glitter. Anyway, we'll come back to that once it's dry. But God, I'm obsessed with these lipsticks. The obsession is too real. Oh my God. Jeffree Star, if you ever see this, thank you so much for bringing these wonders into the world. They are everything. I mean, I don't even know what else to say because I love them so much. But yeah, so I got these two when he released. So I figured since I'm going about that far back with this haul, I would include them, even though I'm sorry you can't get this one. You can get this one still, but with the pink top. So last but not least is a product I'm really excited about for myself. Like I said earlier, I am taking 18 credit hours this semester, and all of the tests were in the same 2-day period. And there were a couple I was really stressed about. I did really well on most of them. One I didn't do so well on, but I did better than I thought I was going to do. So to reward myself, I bought myself my first ever eyeshadow palette. Now to be clear, palette being more than like a quad that you get at the drugstore. And I do have one palette, it's the Urban Decay Ammo palette, but I didn't purchase that, that was a gift. This is my first ever high-end eyeshadow palette that I bought for myself. And it's nothing new, it's the Lorac PRO Palette, it's been out for a couple years, and this is what it looks like when you buy it. It comes with a little eyeshadow primer, and it's behind the scenes for celebrities, so you see all of the camera flashing to make you feel like a star. When you open it up, you just pull it out. So here's the eyeshadow primer. It doesn't have the ingredients on this, but it might be on the back. Anyway, and then the palette itself, I know you guys have probably seen this before if you are around on YouTube, but this is the Lorac PRO Palette. It has kind of like a rubberized matte finish, so if you've seen other people's videos, you know like everything sticks to it. Dust, eyeshadow, whatever. I've had this for a couple weeks now and I'm trying my best to keep it clean because it's going to drive me insane if it gets dirty immediately, but there are some things you can't avoid, like there and there. So it says Lorac Pro, or Lorac, and then you open it up and it has this little see-through plastic thing that's to protect the mirror. I keep it in there so the eyeshadows don't get up on the mirror. And it's cardboard, so it kind of bends back, it doesn't hold up on its own. Lorac and Pro again. And so here are the shadows, and it's described as, what is it described as? As a bronzy palette, warm tones, and so the top row is all mattes. Even this white one is more like satiny, shimmery, because it has some sparkles in it, but it's not like the bottom of the palette. And so I used some of this today. I used Taupe in Sable in the outer corner and creasing my eye. The orangey shade is not in this palette, it's by Colourpop, but I've been loving this. My favorite shade so far, I'm going to have to say, is mauve. It's just this gorgeous, well, mauve color, and I've been using that a lot more than really anything else. A lot of reviews on YouTube I've noticed go through Taupe like nobody's business, but I think I'm going to hit pan on mauve first. And they're all just so gorgeous. Like, the color payoff is incredible. Like, look at that. Let's see what else. Like, Sable on my finger kind of looks black, but it has these gorgeous, like, blue reflects. Like, look at that. But yeah, so I'm thinking about doing a tutorial on this palette because a lot of tutorials I've found on YouTube for this palette are all exactly the same. Like, it's just a brown and a black and then a light color in the center, and they're all just the same. There's just so many things you can do. You have this light color bronze that's bronzy, this intense gold, this beautiful red called garnet. And it's just, there's so much you can do with this palette that I think I'm gonna start a series of different options. Well, that's it for this haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you already haven't. If you've purchased any of these products in the past or are thinking about it, let me know in the comments below. If you have any of these, which one's your favorite? Let me know. Talk to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to be getting back to filming more frequently. I have tons of ideas coming your way. It's just a matter of being able to find the time to film with my crazy schedule. Anyway, I love you guys. Till next time. Bye.